the labeling of the thing that you're trying to cross-reference is built into Quarto now. So if we want to link to a figure, we're going to want to give it a figure tag. If we want to link to a table, we're going to give it a table tag. The way to call this out in a Quarto document is just to use the @ sign. So it's just @ and then whatever the tag is that you create here. Copy this entire script here. And we'll see how this looks. Now, I guess we can look for a picture of an elephant. And so @fig_elephant is defined here at the end of line 10. And the nice thing about using platforms like this for images and cross-references is it should automatically go ahead and number that figure for you in terms of the sequence that it comes up in. The other types of labels that you can have are table, list, tip, note, warning, and there's a ton of them. So these are all valid. Let's try a normal figure. So instead of picture, let's try an actual figure. Penguins. I didn't call it fig penguins, and that's what's happening here in the difference. So silly. We're getting a preview on hover on the links, and this is the thing that we thought would be neat with Quarto 1.4. And so again, not only does that hyperlink take you to it, but the hover shows you a preview, which is kind of cool. One of the things that our Markdown struggled with previously was if you had a reference prior to the chunk, and that kind of got annoying in terms of where you placed chunks. So let's put the reference above the chunk and see if this listing still comes in, reads in okay. I put it up here. Yeah, there it is. Neat. There are 5 different types of built-in callouts. So this is aliens are coming. And then we have academics talk weird. So we'll actually reference the second one. See how that looks.
Gotcha.
Neat. Later, let's try $$, and then they had curly brackets, EQ alpha. And let's try that.
Oh. It's centered then.
We do need to cover sections. So we should just be able to go up to a header, any header, and give it curly brackets and a title, just like with warn and EQ. We're gonna need a prefix on that as well. So let's look at our reference section here and see what that is. SEC. We'll try SEC. Main. And then we should be able to reference that down here as well. We'll try to render that. And then
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know why I love it so much, but I really love this like preview on hover. It's so cool. It's actually
It looks
pulling up
really
the whole
nice
here. So if I wanted to customize the prefix in terms of what that says in terms of section or figure or warning, I should be able to override with square brackets. So yeah, so let's try that. So let's go square brackets, and I guess we can call it boilerplate.
Intro? Oh,
yeah, intro.
boilerplate.
Intro is good. So it should still number it. So it should say instead of section 1, we're expecting that it says intro 1. So that's a really kind of neat way to do it. We should be able to, theoretically, we should be able to reference the code that we write as well as the output of that code label. So we're going to try to do 2 things in this one chunk. So the label, we got to use that prefix again. So we'll call it Fig Night Map. But we also want to give it a formal caption, and we can say this is Spain at night. So what we should have here is we should have figure 1. This is Spain at night. Nice. And is that Spain? That's France. Is it? What is it? What are we looking at? Yeah, I think that's
It's
more.
France.
See? Don't say see, say we. See, I mean we.
We didn't call it out yet down here, so we can see the pretty map in at what did we call it? Fig night map. See what that looks like. Yeah, so it's still look at that preview, man. I love that preview. The code chunk reference prefix is list. So we should be able to use list label and list cap to reference this code chunk, or we'll do it in the same order that we did on lines 28 and 29. So label, again, we need to use that LST dash. That's the most important part. We can just call it map code. Then we'll give it a caption as well. So list cap. This is code to not zoom in on Spain. So here now it gave the code. It says listing. I don't like listing, so let's see if we can change it. Man, that hover is awesome, especially for code. It's fantastic.